Hey everybody, welcome back to BobkeTV. Well, the bike build marches ever so slowly on. Trying to save up the moolah to buy the parts. Next, let's talk about pedals. I don't know how many viewers will remember the days before clipless pedals. You had a pedal, and you had a toe cage, and you had a toe strap. And a little slotted cleat that you had to nail onto the bottom of your shoes. Those were the mean old days. Look, in the mid-'80s, developed a clipless, quick-release pedal system that is now pretty much universally used in professional cycling. Not perhaps the Look brand. There are many iterations of cleat, shoe, and pedal. But I started using the Look pedals in late 1985. So I was one of the very first professionals to use the Look system. I thought it was a huge improvement over toe straps and toe clips. And I think I was the third or fourth person, along with Bernard Hinault, Greg LeMond, Andy Hanston, and a couple of the Swiss riders on the La Vie Claire squad, Nicolas Rutiman and Guido Winterberg. So most certainly one of the first 10 people to adopt the new system. And to be honest, I struggled with the Look cleat and pedals because I had a tendency of turning my heel out a little bit when I sprinted, like under full power, and pow, popped out of my pedals a few times and lost some big bike races, including the famous Cardiff Castle debacle during the Tour of Britain in I think it was 87. So if I had to use those cleats and pedals for the rest of my career, I would not be sitting here right now. But in 1988, Shimano came to the rescue with the development of their clipless pedals. This is the PD7401 Shimano clipless pedal, and an incredibly powerful connection between the shoe and the pedal. No float whatsoever, tough to get in, and not that easy to pop out of, but these served me well for many, many, many years. Early on, one of the problems was that the shoes had not been developed in conjunction with the pedals, the new pedal system, and the shoes depended on the cage and the toe strap for a lot of support. So until the upper was more robust and built into the system, it took a while for the shoe manufacturers to get caught up, but now there's so many great choices for shoes and pedals. But these, even when Shimano got a little bit off track for a few years in the 90s with a really tiny pedal, had great clearance for cornering, great cornering clearance, those pedals, but not nearly the connection that myself and a lot of pros were crying out for. Thankfully, Shimano went back to a very similar design, quite a bit lighter because of the use of advanced composites, and still though a very, very powerful locking mechanism. And I tightened this down, the spring, all the way to the absolute limit because I like no float whatsoever. Because of that, I also use the no float cleat that is the red. They have, I believe, yellow and blue also with varying degrees of float. So if you like some float in your pedals, feel free to use those. But I like no float and a really solid connection between the pedal and the cleat and the shoe. This is my pedal of choice. I've never tried Speed Play. Look has vastly improved their system and are on par with the Shimano ones, but because of the broad platform and just how strong the retention spring is, this is my pedal of choice. Cost me $219 for the pair. But I love these pedals. And when you click in, you know you're connected to the bicycle. That's it for the pedals. I think that's all. I think that's everything. Next is going to be brakes. You can use whatever kind of brakes you want. If you're a professional cyclist, though, in a professional road race, you can't use disc brakes. Before you write in, I'll just tell you now, so to save you the effort, my bike will not have disc brakes on it. If yours does, that's fine with me, as long as you're not in a professional bike race, or I'm at a stop sign and you crash into me with your disc brakes and slice open my leg. Anyways, write Francisco Ventoso, okay? Don't write to BobkeTV. But thanks for your comments, subscriptions, thumbs ups, and please follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Okay, everybody, brakes are next. Thanks a lot. And I'd like to build a bike, no expense spared, with each part being the very best available to the best of my knowledge. A bike I could race in a stage of the Tour de France in July without any qualms at all, with the best tires, the best wheels, frame, seat,